Example 5, it says John wants to know the weight of milk in a drinking glass. When filled with milk, the drinking glass weighs 240 grams to the nearest 5 grams. So we're given the weight of the drinking glass and the milk inside it. So that's rounded to 240 grams to the nearest 5 grams. And then we are given the weight of just the drinking glass. So it says when empty, the drinking glass is 100 grams to the nearest 5 grams. And then it talks about calculate the maximum weight of the milk in the drinking glass and the minimum weight of the milk in the drinking glass. Well, the first thing we have to do is work out the error for the two rounded values. So we've got a rounded value of 240 grams and a rounded value of 100 grams. They're both rounded to the nearest 5 grams. So this is the rounding in the question, nearest 5 grams. So we're going to work out the error first. So the error is the rounding divided by 2. So 5 divided by 2, and that's just going to give us 2.5 or 2.5 grams. So now what we're going to do is we're going to draw a table for the two rounded values, and we're going to work out their upper and lower bounds. So the first rounded value is the weight of the drinking glass and the milk. And then the other quantity is just simply the weight of the drinking glass. So we're ruling our table as before. Okay, so for the first quantity, the weight of the glass and the milk, the rounded value is 240 grams. And then for the other quantity, the weight of the glass, its rounded value is 100 grams. We've just worked out the error for both of them, it's 2.5. And we're now going to get the lower and upper bounds for each of these quantities. So the lower bound here for the weight of the glass and the milk, we subtract the error from the rounded value, so that's going to give us 237.5 grams. Again, to get the lower bound for the actual weight of the glass, we are going to subtract the error from the rounded value, so that's going to give us 97.5 grams. And then likewise, to get the upper bounds for the actual quantities, we're going to add on the error. So upper bound for the actual weight of the glass and milk would be 242.5 grams. And the upper bound for the actual weight of the glass would be 100 plus 2.5, that would be 102.5 grams. So now we're in a position where we can answer part A and part B. So part A says, calculate the maximum weight of the milk in the drinking glass. So we only want the maximum weight of the milk. First of all, how do you get the weight of the milk? Well, to get the weight of the milk, you would take the weight of the glass and the milk, and then you would subtract the weight of the glass. But how do we make the weight of the milk a maximum? Well, we're going to have to get the upper bound, in other words, the largest value for the weight of the glass and the milk, and then we're going to subtract the lower bound for the weight of the glass, okay, in order to make the weight of the milk a maximum. So it's going to be 242.5. So remember, that is the largest possible value for the actual weight of the glass and the milk. And then we're going to subtract the smallest possible value for the weight of the glass. So that's going to be 97.5. So go to your calculator. And that's going to give us 145 grams. Okay, part B then. What is the minimum weight of the milk in the drinking glass? So again, in general, to get the weight of the milk, we have to start off with the weight of the glass and the milk and then subtract the weight of the glass. But how do we make the weight of the milk a minimum? Well, the value that we start with, the weight of the glass and the milk, we want to make that as small as possible. So we're going to use the lower bound for the weight of the glass and the milk, 237.5 grams. And we are going to subtract the largest value for the weight of the glass, which would be 102.5. Because if you think about it, we want our answer to be as small as possible. So the number we start with has to be the smallest, and then the number we're subtracting, we want it to be the biggest, okay, in order for the answer to be as small as possible. So go back to our calculator, we've got 237.5 and we're subtracting 102.5, and that's going to give us 135 grams. Okay, so in that situation we had to use the lower bound for the weight of the glass and the milk, and we're subtracting the upper bound for the weight of the glass.